Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I seen that.
Jesus Christ. Like God said, here.
Yeah,
That's Calvin.
Yeah.
There's no explanation. God said, man, here, go ahead.
Some players are great. Some players are unforgettable. And then there was Megatron, Calvin Johnson. They didn't just see a wide receiver. They saw a force of nature, 6'5", blazing speed, hands like steel, and a will that never broke. Defensive backs studied him all week and still couldn't stop what they knew was coming. Across locker rooms, across eras, across Hall of Fame careers, legends spoke the same truth. You could double him, you could triple him, you could pray, it didn't matter. If the ball was in the air, Megatron was coming down with it. Quarterbacks trusted him, defenders feared him, fans stood in disbelief, because when greatness met the moment, Megatron always rose above. Tonight, NFL legends tell the story of the man who changed the game forever.
One thing that, a lot of people do compare me and Calvin Johnson a lot, and one thing that I'll say that we do have in common is the ability to go get that ball. And I was telling you guys this story earlier, and I just feel that I had to tell it again, that a lot of viewers wanted to know or would like to know as far as how I see the ball when I'm going deep. Well, I used to play with a little green tennis ball, okay? It's way smaller than this football. And I, throw it 30, 40 yards down the field, and I used to just look and just home that green tennis ball all the way in. So
you just throw it yourself and then go catch it?
This is the thing. If I'm playing with myself, I am going to throw it up high. But if I'm playing with a friend or something like that, we're just going to pass it like it's football. But that's the thing that I see that me and Calvin Johnson's comparison. That's one thing that I look at my game and look at his game, and we do have that in common. Is going to get that ball when it's in the air.
Dude, you play with Megatron, bro. Is he really that freakish?
Freakish is an understatement. Like, I got stories that, bruh,
what's wrong with him? He not human.
And he's gifted. Like, I know I'm gifted. And I would watch him and be like, man, who blessed him?
Bro, he's something else, bro.
Megatron gotta be the coolest nickname in all the sports.
Yeah, it's dang good.
I don't know a nickname better.
It's dang good. And like I was telling Freddie T, man, you don't understand what that week of prep like when you're gonna play Calvin. I used to be sitting in the meeting. I used to be like, yeah, Troy, so if they come out in this formation, it's the one where they really like to go to Calvin, you should probably go to his side. You should go over there. Nah, coach, I'm gonna stay weak. I said, hey, coach, I said, the Hall of Famer is gonna be over there. that ain't my side. I'm gonna stay weak. I'm gonna just, I'm comfortable over there.
Body's so big and he could run like he's, 5 feet, 130. Doesn't say anything, nothing. I mean, the guy just plays the game, just does his job for his team. You don't know what's going on in the guy's mind when he's not saying nothing. You want to try to get in his head, get him out of his game. He just gets tackled, get back up in the huddle, gets 10 more yards or make a huge catch, get back in the huddle. And you just know he's focused.
Records can be broken, but fear lasts forever. Defensive coordinators built entire game plans around stopping one man. Still, he found a way. That's why teammates trusted him, opponents respected him, and legends keep talking about him to this day.
To be that big and have that type of body mobility like he does, making those catches and twisting and turning like that, definitely an attribute that any receiver would like to have.
Being the tallest, fastest, freakiest guy on the field is pretty awesome too. Like, Dan, I went and threw to Calvin Johnson on his pro day, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right after I lost my spleen, okay? This was one of my first...
Oh, boo-hoo, you lost your spleen.
Yeah, screw that organ. It's overrated.
You got two of them.
No, you don't. You only got one. But this was one of my first moments of where, after I heard it, I went, whoa, I don't think I'm normal. Something's wrong here. I flew to Georgia with John Gruden and Bruce Allen to throw the ball to Calvin Johnson. And as I'm warming up, I'm going, wait, I feel like I have no control over this football. What the hell is wrong with me? But either way, I threw so many crappy passes during that workout. And this guy just was go gadget arms, or jump through the roof to get it, or turn and twist his body. He caught everything. I looked amazing. I mean, it was really a show, a spectacle. And he was a truly, truly special specimen. If he could catch those throws I was throwing that day.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Dude is 6'5", 240, 4-4, 4-3, whatever. Basically, he's the Megatron. He's the Megatron.
He never wants to miss anything. He never wants to miss practice. He never wants to be perceived as ever taking time off. And even when he was injured to the point where he could not participate, it really took a lot for me to get him to hey, listen, you got to settle down. And then during the game, you'd see the Calvin of old come out. And I think that's because of his competitive juices.
Bortzy used to tell me that you guys are running a goal line play where Calvin would be singled up. It's like quarterback draw if it's a light box. Yep. Calvin, if he's got the one-on-one, we're taking it.
Like we would get to the point where it's hard down there in the goal line to see leverage. You know, for me, like was the guy playing inside of you or outside of you or whatever. So I got to a point where like Calvin and I would just he would just signal to me whether he wanted the fade or the glance kind of.
Yeah.
And he would just go open hand, closed hand on the inside hand. And then we went and played the Saints and they ended up vicing him, you know, down in like punt pro.
Punt return,
And then the next year, I'll never forget, we're playing at Arizona and like the first third down of the game, he's in the slot and we're running like 525 F post swing, like, you know, and he's viced on third down. And I threw it to like Pettigrew and we didn't get the first down or something. And I come back and I'm like, how was it? He's like, I still got open. And I'm like, I remember after the Monday Night Football game in Seattle that year, you know, we throw a ball to him and Cam Chancellor did a great job of punching it out right on the goal line. KJ Wright bats it out of the back of the end zone. And after the game, Calvin really, you know, just a little bit more down than I would have thought. And I remember he gave his cleats to Elton Moore, our security guard at that point. He was like, hey, can you take those cleats to my mom? And I'm like, why is he saving those cleats? You know, maybe it was the last Monday Night Football game he's ever going to play. And I thought that in my head. And I was like, I'll never forget. You know, I'm in there changing to go back on the plane and head out. And classic Calvin for him. He's like, you know, it's my last one, right? And I was like, yeah, I thought so.
When history looks back at the greatest receivers ever, Megatron's name is spoken with awe, not just for highlights, but for dominance, for changing how the position was played, for proving that one player at his peak can make the whole league adjust.
Anything you name that speaks of the best athletes or the best receiver that ever played in the game is right there in his body. The best way to defend him is look back at your safety and tell him you need help and get over top of you. And other than that, it's going to be hard to defend him one-on-one. And the defender was in great position, and he just reached out with one hand and just cupped the ball like it was just a bag of tea, like it wasn't nothing.
You got to go against Calvin Johnson, right?
Hell yeah.
What did you learn from him? And like, when was there a time where you was like, all right, this dude he's different?
Man, first week. Shit, I got to practice, man. Man, I mean, talking about strong, athletic, fast, quick, get out of breaks, just as quick as a little dude. You know what I'm saying? Running the 4.3 at 6'3", 6'4", about 240.
Damn.
Running through air. I'm talking about, I'll press him, running right through my arms.
Yeah.
Running through it. It don't phase him. You know, I never been that type of player. Like, damn, like what I'm gonna do? But man, every day, work. And I'm on. Jim Schwartz had me on first team defense and first team scouts. So I got the first 4 plays of scout team and all the plays of one's defense. I had to be like guys like Reeves at that time. I had to be like Talib.
Yeah.
Every time I have guys that travel and stuff like that for Calvin, I had to be Pat Pete. I had to have that jersey on, being him, so they was getting me ready.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, and I'll tell you, it was like, I probably my whole rookie year, I ain't knocked no ball down from him, no PBU, really, no nothing. You was trying your best. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Every way. I'll try and do it professionally because the fact that, you know, you can't really 100 mils can't be on the ground.
Facts.
100 M's can't be on the ground. So, man, look. Slants, catch. Go balls, catch. Damn. Whatever he wanted to run, it was a catch. You know what I'm saying? If Stafford feel like nobody was open, Calvin open.
He throwing it.
Yeah. Just like he did in the game, he did in that meeting practice, bro. I'm like, but you know, every time he did something to me though, as in where we was playing, he always coached me up. Hey, so this is why I did this. You know, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said them boys really helped me out. But man, Calvin's the destroyer, man. I say he the greatest receiver ever, me personally, because of the fact that short years of matters time. Him or AB, them guys that short span of time, man. Dominant, crazy, dominant. You know what I'm saying? It's very dominant. Like he's very like God given. Like that boy there, he put a special work on him.
Well, there's not many players like Calvin Johnson, and we would laugh all the time. It's even when he's covered, he's still open. Defensive back can be in perfect position, and Calvin will take the ball right off his head. He's 6'5". He's 235 pounds. He runs 4.3 something in a 40. He can vertical jump about 44 inches. Each of those things is really good for a certain position. You combine all of them into one package, it's surreal. But I really think his development as a football player took a big jump this last year because he became more of an inside receiver to get away from some of those double teams, to get away from some of the cover two. He started working a lot more inside routes. Now he can catch a short pass and keep the chains moving. He can take a short pass and go the distance. And he's that kind of guy. When he's being doubled, he can still make a play. But when he's being singled up, he can take over a game.
Ask any defender from that time, and the answer is the same. Preparation didn't help. Film study didn't help. You could play perfect coverage and still lose the play. Because Megatron wasn't just bigger and faster, he was relentless.
We both acknowledge Calvin Johnson as probably the best receiver that we faced. What was the toughest part of covering him?
It's like covering a horse. Like you can ride a horse, but have you ever tried to stop him from doing something? You ain't gonna be able to do that. He wants to do it, he's gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
And so I think it was the combination of all the strengths that he had. Like I didn't watch everybody guard him because I don't respect everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not watching somebody guard him that he cooking, and I'm like that's how you gonna do me? Nah, I ain't.
Right.
But I watch you guard him. I'm gonna watch Revis guard him. I'm gonna watch and like y'all had success, but then I saw like oh damn, he must be legit. Like it looks like every play it's like watching Julio. I only watch certain people guard him, but then once you watch them guard him and see you like, hey, all right now, let me get it together this week because this is full. Yeah. But anytime he runs the go route, there are three things you got to worry about. You got to worry about how fast he is, how tall he is, and how high he can jump.
Yeah, right.
And so I can get on top, I can stack him and control him, but then I still got to worry about him getting to a height that I cannot get to. I still got a 42-inch vertical at 6'6". And so it was, bro, I was working with some of our bigger receivers at ways to kind of try to lean on him, get that arm down quick so he can't elevate. Then it's like on slants and stuff, he's like guarding a tight end because you can't just get around his body to bat it down. Like he's too big. So you either got to beat him to the spot or you better get that quick grab, or get ready to tackle him. Any big, any hard to tackle.
Right. Yeah.
He's not easy to tackle. It's not like, as soon as he catch it, I just got to get him down. No, he's still 6'5", 225, and trying to get somewhere you're not trying to let him go.
No question.
And so he was the all time because he presented every issue. He's quick, fast, big, strong, great hands, catch at the high point. Like the one thing I would not do, Pat, and I hopefully Rocking Them, I'm sure Rocking Them didn't even present this to y'all, but our coaches presented it to us when we played him in 2012 in Detroit. When I think it was Philly put the Vice in.
Yeah, in the red zone. In the red zone.
Oh man, yeah. Boy, they must have showed that and said to me and Brandon Browner and was like, "Hey, we might do this if we get." I said, "Well, we walked out the meeting like, hey, y'all put somebody else in there."
What I said, Pat? Did I say the same thing? Yeah, Pat said the same thing. It was asking Pat to do that. Pat like, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
Greatness fades, records fall, highlights get replaced, but legends live forever. Calvin Johnson didn't just dominate games. He changed how the game was played. He showed what happens when size meets speed, when talent meets discipline, when a quiet man lets his play speak louder than words. From rookies watching in awe to Hall of Famers shaking their heads in respect, every legend told the same story. When Megatron lined up, you felt it. When the ball went up, you knew it. And when he came down with it, history was made. So when we talk about the greatest to ever do it, his name will always be there, etched in Detroit blue, written in highlight reels, remembered by legends who saw it with their own eyes.